Good evening, Lake Orion. Well, it's been a tiring day. I'm your host, and I am a Taormina.
Me too.
Yes, indeed. This is Between Taorminas here on ONTV. I'm your host, Anthony Taormina. It's been a while. It really, really has. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
You know, we both were at the ONTV food drive on Saturday.
I couldn't make it.
Rumor has it the last official show we were wearing Santa hats. So it has been a while.
It's been a while. So
It's good to be back.
But a lot's happened, though. I mean,
None of it good.
None of it good.
No.
One good thing happened.
None of it good.
One good thing.
What's the good thing?
Andre Drummond no longer is a Piston.
I know, we talked about that
That's
on Saturday.
good news. That's good news.
That's good news.
but there's been a lot of bad news. I want to bring up this. I want to bring up Kobe Bryant and what he's meant. And, I mean, it feels surreal that happened with Kobe Bryant with the accident. I mean, it almost feels surreal just even talking about it. I just want to get your thoughts. Ian, you start.
Ooh. Obviously very sad. Tragic. I mean, not only with Kobe, but his daughter, his daughter's teammate. I mean, a mom and a dad.
Baseball coach.
The baseball coach. Even there were 8 or 9 people that passed. So, terrible, terrible situation. I don't think anything's come out with what exactly happened yet. But, when life's not guaranteed. Driving here to the studio to do the show, it's not a guarantee.
Right.
With these cars and helicopters and planes and trains and all this mass transport we use and these machines, there is still danger, and it can even affect people as, like Kobe, who you think is kind of invincible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it really helps it's unfortunate that we have to take these situations and try to find some light. We're all here, and we all still have our family, and we all still can do things we want to do in life, and we're lucky. So it's times like this, it's a reminder to maybe not take things for granted,
Life is so precious. I mean, and it's really sad to see this happen, especially to a NBA icon like Kobe Bryant. Especially with his daughter as well, Gianna, who I thought was going to be the next great player in the game of women's basketball. I mean, but it's a reminder for that life is so precious. You know what I mean? That you can't take things for granted, or just everything would just it'll happen. I mean, like it's hard to describe. You know what I mean? Basically, what Kobe Bryant. I mean, what happened. Here's a man that's won 5 NBA titles. Here's a man that won an Oscar for
his Dear Basketball.
For his Dear Basketball.
Documentary. Is a writer.
He's a writer. I mean, like an athlete, But I
The
really
Mamba mentality.
I really like what he said afterwards, that he wanted to be a family man. He wanted to be a great dad. And I think he did that for not only his 4 daughters, but also be a better husband. And I think, this is the Kobe Bryant that I've always idolized and enjoyed, that he was a perfect family man. You know what I mean? He grew up, he grew up, and he was ready to take that next step, and unfortunately, this happened.
Mm-hmm. He was also coaching his daughter's team too. Mm-hmm. I know that one thing that I have a feeling I'm going to probably be doing a history now on Kobe Bryant and everything that he did, obviously not just in the game of basketball, but he was really ready to go on that next phase in life, which was obviously coach his daughter's team, go to his oldest daughter's volleyball games, go and support his family, become a writer, was doing several business dealings, and just continuing being an entrepreneur in the just donating and things like that, and it feels surreal talking about it. When I first read the article, TMZ should be ashamed of themselves for posting that story before
TMZ's the worst.
his wife was even notified, and that was something that really was. I refused to believe it. I was like, I couldn't believe that this was happening. Then everything started coming in, and it just felt like you go numb. I mean, Sam, I went numb when I heard that story, and I was like, oh my gosh, this such and such was happening with Kobe, and it was like, in many ways, and I've said this in the past, Kobe Bryant was the equivalent to, in many ways, Magic Johnson, the ultimate Laker, the heart and soul of the Los Angeles Lakers. You look at Kobe Bryant, you look at Magic Johnson, you look at other players like Will Chamberlain.
Kobe Bryant's got 2 numbers retired.
He's got 2 numbers, yes, and he's got number 8 and number 24 retired. You look at the impact that he's had on the NBA players, particularly LeBron James. LeBron has already said he's going to dedicate this season to Kobe, and I think the Lakers are probably favored to win the NBA championship because of it. They're one of the favorites. And you look at the impacts that he had on other players, especially Shaq. And Shaq never cries on TV. And Shaq was very, very emotional. Shaq and Kobe had that beef for a while. They reconciled. They were very much on on family terms in a way, and just seeing how it impacted the NBA players from the past and present. Even with having that conversation about, you have 3 of probably the best NBA players in Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Kobe Bryant. And Kobe is kind of that glue that fits the piece together in the NBA. And it felt like you lost a part of something when Kobe Bryant died. I mean, people will ask, where were you when John F. Kennedy died? Even though none of us were alive then, where were you when where were you when the Soviet Union fell? Where were you on 9/11? Where were you when Saddam Hussein met his maker, or Osama bin Laden? Or, I'm not being sadist or anything like that, but
it's a big moment.
You remember where you are when major sport figures are gone, and this is certainly one of them.
This might be one of the biggest as far as sports icons passing away.
This quickly and this sad.
Roberto Clemente might be another one. But, Kobe being retired and his legacy in basketball already cemented, it's pretty shocking.
And he was going to do other things, too.
Right.
So,
well, if there's anything to take forward, it's, the Mamba mentality can be applied to everyone's life.
Everyone's life.
You can always work harder.
Yep.
And you can always get
he
more out of yourself.
He was quite a motivational speaker, too. I mean, not just to athletes, but to everyone, He was very much a motivational speaker.
Well, sports translates to life in many ways. I mean, you work on your craft just like athletes do. You have a passion just like athletes, and you can funnel that into hard work.
Yep.
So if there's anything, we got to learn from these situations.
Sammy, you got anything?
Nothing.
You got nothing.
Nothing.
Does the Lakers win the NBA title this
No.
year? Why?
Clippers.
You think it's Clippers? What about you, Spoon?
I don't know. They're both good. I mean, in the East,
East of daycare center, so don't worry about it.
I don't know. I would not be surprised if one of the LA teams won it.
It'll be the Clippers.
I think it'd be the Lakers. We'll see.
I think the Clippers have a little bit more firepower. I mean, right now things are going good for the Lakers, but they also got some older guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'll see.
We'll see.
Might be a battle of Los Angeles, though.
Maybe it might be.
Los Angeles.
Let's talk about the Pistons got rid of Andre Drummond. What's your take about that?
We
Sammy
talked
was
about
there
this
first.
Saturday.
Oh.
We talked about this Saturday.
Okay, so then I'll leave the subject at that.
Yeah.
Maybe people didn't watch the food drive, though.
Well,
We can give some quick thoughts on Andre.
he's gone, and now the Pistons are a modified daycare center.
Glad he's gone. Should have been gone last year.
Mm-hmm.
This Pistons team is an absolute nightmare.
Yep.
It's like Michigan State. There's too many cooks in the kitchen. Everyone's got an opinion, but no one's got the authority to do things.
Or a solution.
No one's got a
got a
solution that we've
solution.
seen either. I mean, you gave away Andre Drummond.
He basically gave him for two expiring contracts tonight.
You gave him away
2023
for
draft picks.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
The only thing you got was salary cap relief. And Andre was worth more than that last year. And
Well,
when everyone knows what you have to do, no one's going to give you anything. Everyone knew the Pistons had to get rid of Andre, so no one was going to offer anything.
The Pistons at least are going to have at least $35 million in cap space.
Yeah, but no one's taking that money.
No.
Nobody's taking that money,
No,
man.
because they don't want to be part of a rebuilding
They
project.
need a couple more summers. They need a plan, though. They
need a plan.
Sekou Demboye
The
to
Tiger-
pan out.
The Tigers
Hey,
at
this
least
is a
have
basketball
plan.
segment.
The Tigers have at least
We'll
a
get
plan.
to those guys.
The Pistons are the new daycare center. Little Caesars Arena should be considered to be like a dumpster fire because the way that their team's been playing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But at least the Wings have management. They have their captain. They have a guy steering the ship.
Any
Pistons
final
don't have
thoughts on
that.
the Pistons?
They're a daycare center. Gores needs to sell the team. Ian and I are willing to take the team together.
I would say a lot of people are clamoring for the Supersonics to come back in Seattle. And if Tom Gores wanted to be closer out west, take him.
Take them.
All right, so when we'll be right back with Between Taorminas, we're going to talk about the Seattle Kraken here on BT on ONTV. Hello, Oakland County. This is Sammy Taormina talking OA Now. In it, we'll talk various stories from ranging from the state to Oakland County teams affecting the OAA. Catch us here on OA Now.
ONTV invites you to take part in our 10-week video production class. The class meets on Monday nights from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and offers instruction on studio production, field production, and non-linear editing. Upon completion of the class, you get access to ONTV's facilities and equipment to produce your own program or short film. The cost is $30 for Lake Orion residents, $60 for non-residents. For more information, give ONTV a call at 248-393-1060 or visit orionontv.org today.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas on ONTV. I'm your host, Anthony Taormina, and I have got my brother and Ian Weatherspoon here.
Honorary brother?
Whatever. Okay, so let's talk about Michigan State.
We have to.
Do we have to?
Apparently we have some guy named Bob Bridges who is very, very happy about everything that's going on at Michigan State. So, and both of you obviously have shown that you have been pro-Michigan State. So now, given everything that has happened,
What's happened?
given everything that has happened in terms of what's going on with the football
Well,
situation,
basketball ain't going so well either.
Not so well either.
Mark D'Antonio retired.
Quit.
That he basically quit. Yes,
quit in February.
So I want to see with Sammy's thoughts first what your take is.
I've been crying since the day he retired because I thought Michigan State was going to have a guy by the name of Luke Fickell to take over that team. Unfortunately, we found out Saturday he rejected Michigan State. There were other guys who rejected Michigan State, including Pat Narduzzi. So I was really upset about that. So it's been a kind of a real bad mess going on. The Board of Trustees are a joke. The athletic directors, Bill Beeman's a joke. I mean, this is a mess. I mean, this is a complete mess, complete failure. I mean, just how to do a coaching search. I think that team, that university needs a complete overhaul structure-wise, and it starts by getting rid of the Board of Trustees, and it also starts getting rid of the athletic director, Bill Beekman.
Be nice. I don't think any of that's happening. I mean, the whole thing, the whole handling of of the football program has been bad.
It's been really
for
bad
a while.
For a while. 2 7 and 6 years. It's not going to get it done. 14-12.
A 3 and 9 year.
3 and 9 year. Oh my
no
God.
changes made.
None.
I mean, no changes made.
No.
Consistently losing to Michigan.
No. Look at D'Antonio's record.
No, I'm talking about last 2 years.
3 years.
3 years, yeah.
It's been a few years.
It's been bad. It's been really bad.
It's been very bad, and it's disappointing because you look at Michigan State, at least before Mark D stepped in, it was a Detroit Lions situation.
Mm-hmm.
Dysfunctionality all over
He turned
the
that
place.
around. He turned it around.
He came in, he took over that, Michigan State was an afterthought, and he fed off that. And he used that to motivate him and his players and the program. And they became, a top 10 football program in the country?
I agree.
They had that chip on their shoulder.
They did.
They were top 5 football program.
There was a time where they were pretty darn good.
They were at the national
College football playoff.
college football
Don't let us
playoff.
keep you
Won a
awake
Rose
here.
Bowl.
I know.
Won a Rose Bowl. College football playoff.
They
Cotton
did
Bowl.
some really great things,
Oh.
but as quickly as they built it up, they tore it down. Because now they're being turned down left and right by coaches all around the country. They
How
can't
much-
even hire Luke frickin' Fickell.
How
from
much of
Cincinnati.
that is that scandal have to do with it?
I mean,
I think
Player
there's
decisions,
a lot.
coach's decision. How much of that is that whole situation with
One of the reasons why Luke
with
Fickell
ESPN
turned down
story?
Michigan. One of the reasons why Luke Fickell turned down the Michigan State job was because of the culture, the campus culture. The what's been going on with Larry Nassar, what's been going on with
situation?
but that stuff,
But that stuff was in the past. I mean,
and
come
it's
on.
not in the football program.
No.
It was not in the football program.
But there were allegations that football players did. There was
Was that proven
allegations-
in court?
But they were dismissed.
They were
Those
dismissed,
players
yes.
were dismissed.
But
That
that whole
happens-
stigma still remains.
If you went and examined every big football program in the country, you'd find a lot of dirt.
Yeah. Baylor, perfect example.
Yep.
I mean, every football program. Michigan, they're not choir boys there.
No.
You want to go maybe the
But that
service academy
ESPN
schools?
the ESPN news
there's a
story
That
difference.
news
had
story,
a lot.
ESPN, I know.
story on the entire Michigan State athletics program.
Yeah, but one writer decides to put both the Nassar story and the allegation story together. To me, that's complete garbage.
If there were better leadership at the top, from the president on down to the athletic director, this could have turned into not this.
Right.
They could have moved along. They could have made the necessary, made things right somehow. Obviously, you're not going to make things right in the Nassar situation, but they
Right.
could have at least alleviated some of the bad publicity they got.
Right.
They could have been more forthright. They could have been more sympathetic
transparent.
with the victims.
Transparent.
They could have been transparent. They could have not. The problem with Michigan State is they got a bunch of rich people that think they're above a bunch of different things, and they're not producing results anywhere in the athletic department. You got Bill Beekman, a guy who does not have
Was
any.
a secretary.
He has no
He
athletic
was secretary of the Board of
experience,
Trustees.
and now he's the highest person in the athletic department. That's wrong. So Michigan State's getting what they deserve. It stinks being a fan because, you know, all they got going for them right now is Tom Izzo.
Yeah,
and the basketball team ain't looking so hot in February right now. But
Once March comes around, that might be a different story.
we'll see.
We'll see.
But there's a lot of bad going on right now. A lot of it is deserved because these people seem to think that they are above reproach. They are beyond reproach, and that's wrong. And they're getting what they deserve in this case. And now they're going to have to go into the football season with
Basically an interim coach and Mike Trussell.
recruiting's going to take
Recruiting's going to
continued
take a
hit,
massive hit.
a continued hit. This has got ramifications for years down the road, and it's all been mismanaged.
Could they
for
face
years.
another NCAA scandal or investigation?
About what?
No, they won't do that. I think they got to find the right guy to come in there. And right now, there's not a lot of coaching candidates in the market right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's February.
It's February, and right now you're
it's
looking
late.
at possibly the best choice for a new football coach right now is Brent Bielema. I know you don't want to hear about it, but Brent Bielema might look
best
like the
choice.
best choice
You
available.
think it's Brent Bielema?
Yes.
How about Trussell?
Mike Trussell? He's not a bad candidate. I mean, he hasn't been given a chance to run his own program. I mean,
We've seen what Brett Bielema can do, and it ain't much. Look what he did
he
down
was
in
good.
Arkansas.
He was great in Wisconsin.
But
Terrible in
Nebraska
Arkansas.
wasn't even in the division, man.
Arkansas.
All they
he
had was
terrible.
Iowa. Wisconsin had to play nobody when he was there. And when they did, they got their clock cleaned. Brett Bielema, no thank you.
Yeah, Pat Shermer there, maybe possibly.
No,
Chris
thank
Crichton,
you.
Jim McElwain's
No,
a
thank
possible
you.
one.
No,
You
thank
know,
you.
There is other coaching candidates that are possible. You got to look at a guy like Alex Grinch, who could be a.
What's Blackstock
interesting
doing? Does he want to move to East Lansing?
No.
You guys got any final thoughts on Michigan State?
My Saturday's just freed up.
Have faith, Spartans. Have faith. You know what I mean? Everything will work out. There will be a shining bright light at the window. Bob Bridges is going to have is going to be real happy to see this new modified version of Michigan State football.
You know what? I get that Michigan fans can be happy and excited, but man, they shouldn't throw too many stones because they haven't done much either in a while. That's all I've got to say about that.
We'll be right back with Between Taorminas on ONTV.
ONTV invites you to take part in our 10-week video production class. The class meets on Monday nights from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and offers instruction on studio production, field production, and non-linear editing. Upon completion of the class, you get access to ONTV's facilities and equipment to produce your own program or short film. The cost is $30 for Lake Orion residents, $60 for non-residents. For more information, give ONTV a call at 248-393-1060 or visit OrionONTV.org today.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas here on ONTV. I'm your host, Anthony Taormina. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Slightly worse than the first
Slightly
time you
worse
asked.
than the first time you asked.
Okay, so let's talk about Seattle's new NHL team that's coming up. They've had, I guess their mascot's supposed to be the Seattle Kraken.
Can you confirm that report?
Can you confirm it?
There's
What are
a
your
lot of
sources
sources.
saying?
There's a lot of online sources that are confirming it.
Oh, online sources.
So both of you talk about the new franchise on Seattle and how much that's going to impact, particularly Colorado and Dallas. And
That just means moving to Arizona Central Division. That's all I care about.
makes it more brutal.
As long as I don't have to play them opening night, that's fine.
Why?
Because the last expansion team my team played was the Vegas Golden Knights, and I lost. And I got a phone call from some guy named Bob Bridges.
So, Ian, what's your take about a new franchise in Seattle?
Having been to Seattle a couple times, I'm going again soon. Actually going to tie the knot in Seattle, if you can believe that. I love Seattle. Beautiful, beautiful place. Washington's an awesome, underrated state. And they, it's a big city. They need a hockey team, especially seeing as...
the Supersonics go for Oklahoma City.
Well,
I remember that.
They lost their basketball team. I think they used to have a hockey team, like, back in the day. I don't remember.
Any chance the Supersonics return?
Well, if
There's
Tom
talks
Boris is
about it.
interested in moving them, I think there's a good team.
I think Sacramento might move.
Sacktown?
Yeah.
You think the Queens might move?
Kings, yeah, sure they can move to Seattle.
I think Seattle is going to be a good hockey team, though. Good hockey market. I don't know about that name, Kraken.
The rivalry with Vancouver would be really interesting.
Pretty good, 3-hour drive.
Yeah, 3-hour drive, yeah.
You got,
Vancouver.
I think they got to be excited about the success with Vegas, and that expansion team and how the people of Vegas seem to really like the Golden Knights. So I think it's going to be good, especially for the first few years.
Yeah.
Well, how will this impact the Wings, if nothing, if anything?
Well, Detroit's got their own problems. They're the worst team in the NHL. I mean, I think after the Seas getting traded at the trade deadline. So when you really look at it,
Ken Holland ain't here anymore, man.
I think he's gonna get. I think after the Seas gonna get traded.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Ian, so pretty much nothing impacting the Wings in terms of Seattle.
Nothing.
Well,
unless they're gonna have to forfeit one of their unprotected players, like everybody had to do for Vegas. You know what I mean? It's gonna be the same thing for Seattle.
Can Darren Helm go bye-bye?
Or Justin Applicator go bye-bye.
Justin Applicator. or that
Or
other
Nick
guy.
Cromwell.
He's not playing.
No, Cromwell ain't playing anymore.
What's the guy from the Islanders a couple years ago?
I don't know.
Can't remember his name. Whatever.
All right, so any
Bingo,
final
bye-bye.
thoughts on this episode?
Hopefully we do better next
We
time.
do better next time.
All right, well, that'll do it for this episode of Between Taorminas. Have a great night. See you soon, Lake Orion. Take care. Ta-ta for now. Bye.